What's up, people? 8 a.m. here in New York City. Another Monday morning for you. And this week, we're launching our MVP. What does that mean? Well, it's a lot of technical work to do, a lot of build to be done. So yeah, this week's gonna get super interesting. But before we can get to the build, first, we've got a nice walk to the office. So let's get to it. All right, we got a big week ahead of us. Let's get the coffee brewing and then I'll give you a breakdown. This is gonna be wild. You got the beats bumping already? How many days did you work?
I did like...
You're crazy, man. Throw a couple of scoops in. Good to go. Okay, so last week was wild. Essentially, got like maybe 120% of the things done that I needed to in order to like finish that week. Now, if you watched the last video, you would have seen that I had a wild checklist of all the things that I was trying to achieve. We'll got all those done within like the first couple of days. This is this week's plan. So last week, got an entire theming dashboard sussed for the application. Later in this video, I'm actually gonna show you guys what this app actually looks like so you can actually understand a little bit more context rather than just hearing all this theory. This week, we've got a few crucial things that need to get done in order to actually be able to like launch an MVP version. Now, hear me out, an MVP version is not the version that I'm like stoked with for production. Like I'm definitely gonna be iterating, making it better, but being in like a VC startup residency type environment, everyone's just like, yo, launch every day, launch every day, launch every day. There's no need for me to like try and perfect what I'm trying to build, especially when I really just need to get something out there that does the kind of like core functions and get real users on board. First user being myself, obviously. So if I can nail my own experience to start, then we're already a step ahead. But this is the plan. The first one, I need to get roles added to a Discord user if they're already inside the Discord. The way that I've currently got it set up is that when you purchase access to a premium Discord, you're gonna get sent an invitation by email. When you click that invitation, you'll get directed into the Discord, you'll be invited in, and you'll be added to the guild, which is great, except for if you already exist, because the way that my events currently trigger on my back end, when the Discord bot identifies that a new person's just joined the guild, it's going to do all its magic there. So currently, I don't have a way to just kind of give access to someone, especially because during the process of that invite link being accepted, it actually figures out who the user is. So I got to figure out a solution there somewhere. I've got an idea and I think I can make it happen. I think it's going to involve having a second button in that email that gives someone one-time access to enter a Discord username, and then from there my backend can do all the business logic. A little bit of security stuff around there that I've got to figure out using one-time tokens, but I think that should be good to go. That's gonna be the first thing I work on this morning. Otherwise, we've got 5 more things I need to do. Remove roles from a user if the subscription expires. That's not too hard. We already know who the Discord user is. Number 3, prevent payment checkout if there's no Discord premium roles assigned. Some more details on that coming up. Last couple of things, a way to cancel the subscription, of course, that's probably quite a crucial feature. Otherwise, all the creators are gonna have 0% churn, which is nice. We're gonna do some metadata stuff, so just like your standard replacing the Next.js image and title and description, all that stuff. I want it to be dynamic if possible, but might not be able to do that this week just with the push to the MVP launch. And then finally, get a whole lot of branding up on my email. So I've got an email service with Resend. It does all my beautiful send outs of emails and invitations of Discord and communication and such. Currently it's unbranded. I need to set that up as well. That's what this week's looking like. Like it's actually not too crazy. We're gonna get to it. But otherwise, if you're a dev, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we build startups here. No, we don't. We just have fun building. So yeah, it happens to be a startup as well though. Okay, anyway, let's go. All right, it's time for me to finally give you guys a demo of this product. All right, so introducing Sub. Essentially this, launch a paid community on Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp, Slack, wherever in minutes. And so this problem originally came from a stage where I was wanting to launch my own paid Discord, and obviously you guys already know about that. I never could find like a solution that did everything that I wanted it to do. For example, there were some services where, yes, I could integrate with Discord and I could add all my premium roles and I could like manage user access and sure, the platform takes a fee and it does all the like handling and such, but the page just looked ugly. Like there was no way to customize the page. It was like bright orange. Like why would you want that on a payment checkout? Another solution I found was just like a really ugly user experience on the website. It felt shady. It felt kind of just like hacky. And I was like, I don't really want to touch this. And me as a creator, I'm going, well, hang on a second. Like if I build something and I launch it, I want it to be really high quality. Talking about the Discord in this case. And so I was like, wait a second, I'm a dev. Why don't I just build my own service that does this for myself? And originally it just started with me wanting to do one-for-one, me building my own thing. A couple of weeks later, and now we're here, where essentially we've got this entire build that you guys can jump into as well if you want. It's only gonna be MVP stage at this stage. So Slack, WhatsApp, and Telegram aren't supported, but if you wanna do a paid Discord community, yep, good to go. Subscriptions handled, premium roles handled, user management handled, emails handled. I'm getting analytics in here in a second, so you'll be able to see all your stats, all your recurring revenue, and the platform just takes like a tiny percentage fee as just like a thing to keep the wheels moving. That's it. So yeah, super sick. I think it's cool, and it's like fully theme customizable. Let me show you how it works. All right, so let me give you the 2-second version run through of how this thing works and how you can get set up with a paid community in like 5 seconds. So first of all, we need to claim a username. I'm just gonna go Jacob, and think like Linktree, any sort of like social network where you're just claiming a username. You're essentially doing the same thing, except it's Sub. So you can see sub.me/Jacob. We're gonna claim, we'll just add an email. Okay, cool, we've added an email, a password, we're gonna accept the terms of service, create an account, boom. We're thrown straight in. So we've got to choose a platform first. As you can see, only Discord is supported right now, but these are on the way. Click Discord. Now we're going to set a price, what a subscriber is going to pay, and you can see we've got a nice little chart to see the earnings. There's actually 6 currencies that are supported at this stage. So USD, Europe, GBP, AUD, NZ, Canada, and then also your intervals, day, week, month, year. Obviously monthly is probably gonna be the most likely. But you can see like an estimate of what you're actually going to be earning, like after all taxes, fees and such. So that's really cool. We're gonna go confirm price. And right away, we actually have a live published sub ready to go right now. And so yeah, that's the name of the app, Sub. It's the fastest way, the easiest way for you to set up a paid membership community in like 2 seconds in 2024. Super simple. And if we head over to that, this is what it looks like. Preview live URL. Boom. Jacob's community. It's literally ready to go. How sick is that? Got my features, shows what I'm getting access to, and people can just click subscribe. Now you can see there's a big red banner at the top right now, and it's because I need to complete my payout setup. So if we go back, we've actually got an entire theme editor, which I've built here. Now Maddie actually over the weekend designed up some themes so we can create these custom themes. We've got mobile, we can jump in, we can change all the colors, and let's just say, okay, cool, I really like this green. So we're gonna save those changes. I mean, how sick is that? In like 2 seconds, you have now an entire dashboard sub page ready to go. Let's just do a couple of changes. First of all, I'm going to add a custom photo, and we're just gonna say Jacob's Cool Club, save, and we'll just leave the description as it is. You can change all of these to be whatever you want, and like look how sick this is. And then all of a sudden, say we want to change like this button color right here, we're like not quite happy with that. Let's just go in and we'll make it a nice like brown. Guys, this is the easiest way ever to build a landing page for your private community. So anyway, that's the general idea. It's been a super fun build. The front end is Next.js with Tailwind, TypeScript, and complete Swagger types that are generated from my backend, which my backend is a Nest.js project, TypeScript, Prisma, and PostgreSQL. Beautiful, it works really well. It's actually been such a fun build. And right now, if you haven't been following along, I'm sitting in Antler Residency in New York City. I joined a community of 117 other founders who are all just super ambitious and building big projects here in the city. What I'm hoping is that I can launch my own personal sub for my dev club. Hopefully we can prove that it's actually actually something that creators want. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a dev, doesn't matter if you're like whatever creator space you're in finance, in tech, in gardening, in food, whatever it is. My dream is that everyone has their own sub. It can be like a private community for wherever your fans already exist. One of the main theses behind why I did this is I didn't really want to send people to platforms that they don't organically already use. For example, something like Patreon. Now, don't get me wrong, Patreon, really cool app. I'm sure all the people that work there like do amazing things. But like, I don't use Patreon in my day-to-day. Why would I ask people on my YouTube channel to join me for private content on Patreon? Same with services like Ko-Fi or like random other platforms. Discord is somewhere that my fans already exist. Fans, that's such a weird word. But like you guys, Discord is somewhere where you guys already exist. Why don't I just host something there? And that's what Sub is trying to be. A place where you can just like create a private membership community, super easy. You can add a price and then you can just be in charge of creating the like highest quality content for your audience. That's kind of it. I haven't shown you like a few other features like connecting your Discord and like changing prices and completing your payout setup. But like there's only like 2 more steps to do and you're ready to send this thing live, and it's got an integrated checkout. It's completely 100% secure with Stripe. It's ready to go. Last thing though, check this out. You have to have this. Dark mode. You can't have a startup these days without dark mode. I mean, come on. How sick is this little logo that Maddie designed, the sub logo? I'm thinking if this thing blows up, man, we're gonna need to get some custom sub merch, which we're gonna need to give out to you guys. Yeah, that's the idea. I don't think that this landing page is gonna be out by the time that this video comes out, but later this week, that is the plan for the MVP to be out. Hope you guys enjoyed that tiny little demo. I'm gonna give you guys a big tech breakdown over the next coming videos, just to kind of show you. I know you're all devs, I know you're all interested in how I built it. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Stay tuned. And otherwise, I've got some more features to build. Let's get the day moving. It's only 9 a.m., let's go! So a few hours have gone past and I've actually nailed quite a bit of what I needed to do here, which is really cool. The first thing being, and if we just get a little bit technical for 1 second, when a user's already inside a Discord guild, we need a way that we can assign premium roles to that user without having to trigger the just joined the server thing. In a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is if a user's already inside, we need a way that we can actually give them the roles. And right now, because I'm working towards MVP, yes, I could build out some elaborate system and I had this like one-time incognito token that was going to do all this magic and make everything work behind the scenes. But because I'm so pressed and there's actually still a few things I need to get done, what I'm thinking is that I'm just going to change the email wording. And so that's what I've done. When the user subscribes successfully, even if they're already in the server, say there's some like free channels or something, but now the creators added some premium channels, if they pay and there's a successful subscription created, you're going to receive an email. Everyone's going to receive an email anyway. And in that stage, they're actually going to receive an extra bit of text now, tiny little fix, which essentially is saying, hey, if you're already inside the server, if you want to get the premium roles assigned to you, all you need to do is simply leave the server and click this button to join back in. Step 2, which is actually a much more important task, is removing roles from users whose subscriptions fail. So obviously if someone's inside and their subscription fails, we don't want them to still have access. If I can get that done by the end of today, man, we're in a really good position, and I think I actually might be 90% of the way there. Classic. Okay, so let's head into our Discord service. And so this is where I've got a lot of business logic going on, especially for my sub bot. That is the bot that you will install into your server when you actually build the connection. Let's just quickly do that, just so you understand what that looks like. I'm going to create a brand new sub with the username Jacob. We're going to go create account. We're going to set a price. We're in right away. As you can see, it's just this dark green thing. That's kind of cool. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to head down to connect Discord. And as you can see, an external application, the sub.me bot, wants to access your Discord account. And literally all that's happening right here is I've built a custom bot that you're going to add into your server. And this is just doing all the nice little things for user management, so you don't have to do it yourself. And it connects with my backend. It's actually hosted in my backend, so everything is literally all connected together, and it's just going to manage your users super easily. So pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to add to a server, and we're going to choose my server here, and it's going to say these are the roles that the bot needs. You're just going to go all the way down, click authorize. Okay, cool, so that's just connected and we've been redirected back with our callback, and you can see I've now got my server in here. We're just gonna quickly add a premium role. This is the role that the user is going to get when they subscribe. We're gonna go update, and that is good to go. The last thing that I need to do, just before that we can get this live, is just completing this payments setup. So we're gonna complete that quickly. That's gonna take us over to Stripe, and it's just gonna get a couple of documents, so like your bank account and a few other things like that, just so you can get paid out. I've just gone ahead and completed the onboarding, and as you can see, our sub is ready to go. So let's go preview. Beautiful. We've got our sub. Have a look at it in mobile mode, because I do love the mobile responsive mode. And it's literally this easy for your users to subscribe. So they're gonna head in, they're gonna click subscribe, instantly inside a checkout. And let's just go to full screen just to make this easier. And we're just gonna use a dummy credit card. All right, we're gonna click subscribe. Here we go, payment successful. So we are ready to go. Instantly right now, we're gonna get redirected back, and we're gonna receive an email. You're in, join Jacob's Dev Club. And as you can see, we've got a server invite right here. We're gonna click join, and boom, we're in. We literally just joined the server. That's literally how easy it is to get set up with sub. Naturally, the next step is that if a user stops paying or their subscription lapses, we actually need to take them out. Because that user accepted that link, I'm actually able to attribute that with that exact user, obviously, that just subscribed. We obviously want to know who it was. As much as we can bring them into the server, we can also take them out. I don't really want to take them out of the server. I want them to know that they don't have any roles. So what we're going to do is leave them inside the server. We're just going to remove the roles. That's all we're going to do. All right, so let me walk you through what's going on here in this Discord server. So essentially, the way that the Discord API works, especially with Discord.js, is that you have to have this like client set up, obviously in my backend with all my secrets and all that's good to go. And this is connected into my bot. So this is going to have all the automation for whatever server the bot is connected to, ready to go inside this file, which is really, really cool. So the first thing you can see right here is this client on guild member add. And this is essentially anytime a user joins the server, we're going to do a quick check to see whether they actually have any sort of rights to receive premium Discord member roles. And if so, we're going to assign those. The one that we're really wanting to focus on right now is actually when a payment fails. And where we're actually going to receive that is inside our webhooks folder. So I'm just going to head over to the webhooks service. Let's have a look. Okay, handle event. Invoice, payment succeeded. This is when a payment comes in successfully. But what about in the case that an invoice payment fails? Well, we've already got some logic here, which is really cool. First thing we're going to do is extract that object into a constant there. We're going to get the price ID from the Stripe subscription, which is essentially going to match up against a record in the database. We're then going to try and find the failed subscription, so the user that actually failed that subscription. And if we don't find one, we're going to throw an error, but in most cases, it's probably going to be there. Otherwise, why was a payment being charged? And as you can see right underneath, we've got the failed customer subscription. So we're going to find that based on the customer email and also the subscription ID. We're going to also include to extend that response to include the Discord invite, just so we've got that data for later. Then we're going to move on to the failed customer subscription is active. Just double check, first of all, whether they actually have an active subscription. And if so, we're going to do some business logic further down, check if they've actually claimed that invite. Then we're just going to quickly check whether that failed customer subscription actually has a claimed by Discord ID attributed. And if not, then we're just going to break. Otherwise, what we're going to do here is event a subscription payment failed event, and that's going to trigger some business logic over in my Discord module. Okay, so now that we've triggered that subscription payment failed event, the way that events work and the reason why you'd want to use it in a backend is for something that might be asynchronous from multiple different places within your backend. For example, from this one event, I might want to send an email, I want to remove some roles using the Discord bot, I might also want to do some database updates to a certain role. There's so many things that you might want to do, and so an event is a good way that you can almost modularize all of those things so they can do their own thing individually, but this one event triggered them all at the same time. And so in this case, the subscription payment failed event, which I've got right here. So we're just sending a couple of values through, which is just the subscription ID, the customer email, and the Discord ID. And using that information, we can make some functions happen. So let's go see it. The first place this is going to be valuable is inside the Discord server. So let's have a look. you can see that if I jump into the service here, we've got the handle subscription payment failed event. And this is listening right here. This on event handler, there's a really cool parameter decorator inside Nest.js. The subscription payment failed event is triggering, and it's giving us this event, which are those 3 key values that we passed in. And so all this is doing is currently just logging to the console that we're handling the subscription payment failed event, and we need to do some business logic here. So because we're inside the Discord service, the first thing that we'll want to do is get that Discord user ID and remove some roles programmatically. That's the first thing we're going to want to do. The second thing we're going to want to do is actually set the subscription status on the customer subscription to false. True meaning that they are subscribed, false meaning that they are not. And what this is going to do is just ensure that our front end and our back end is all in sync and that everything looks good to the user if they go online and try and see what's going on. It's also going to help the creator in the future understand how many people are currently subscribed and how many they should expect inside their Discord server without getting confused at any point. So in short, the plan right here, all we're going to do is remove the premium roles, and then we're going to trigger an update onto the customer subscription table to set their subscription status to false. That's it. We also might want to listen to this event maybe in our mail service so that we can send an email to the user saying, hey, your payment failed or something happened and you are now unsubscribed from the subscription, and it's just going to give a better user experience to that customer so that maybe they can come back, they can fix the payment method, or they just at least understand that that's why they're no longer inside the Discord, or at least have those premium roles. That's what I'm going to work on this afternoon, get done hopefully by the end of today. That'll put me in a really good position for tomorrow, Tuesday, where we can actually start finishing up all the kind of like core things that are going to lead up to our MVP launch this weekend. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so here is one more funny bug that I just found. So I've gone through the process and I've actually figured out a way to remove roles, premium roles, from users whose subscription cancels, which means that it's tried a couple of times after it's failed, like the next day or the next 2 days, and then it cancels and then their roles are removed. That's cool, that's all done. However, edge case that I just discovered is when you resubscribe using the same email. Keep in mind here, I don't actually hard delete records, I always soft delete, which means essentially I've got a column called deleted at, and if it's null, that means it's not deleted, and if it's got a date and time in it, then that means it has been deleted. What's happened is I've resubscribed with the same customer email, and it's gone in, found that record that has the deleted at set to a date and time, and it's updated that to active. The problem with that is I haven't got any logic to run if that record is deleted at, and it's got a value in the deleted at column for like the Discord email automation and actually like assigning an invite link and assigning premium roles. So quick bug fix I'm going to do right now is just ensure that if a user ever resubscribes, or just in general, if a user subscribes, if it's looking for a record in the database to compare to see if there's an existing subscription, that has to have deleted at as a value of null. That's the bug fix. Tiny little bug right there. That could be very costly if I hadn't found it. So anyway, good fun. Let's keep going. Oh man, what a day. I actually got most of this stuff done. I am so tired. All right, let's head home. You know, it's always great to have a good, productive day and feel like you got lots done. But man, by the end of it, you are smoked. And speaking of smoking, New York just heated up. I almost don't even need to wear this anymore. It's getting so warm. Man, New York City, man. It's so nice when it actually like isn't cold all the time. Early last week, when I made a commitment at this residency in front of like a lot of people that I was gonna launch this thing by the end of the week, which is end of this week coming. Obviously pressure's on. I don't feel ready to launch it. In fact, I feel almost a little bit embarrassed to launch it in the current position because naturally I'm a perfectionist and like from a creative point of view, I always want things to look perfect and be beautiful and you know, whatever. But one of the most important things, if I can say anything right now that I have learned recently, is just don't seek perfection. What you want to do with an MVP is just get something from 0 to 1, barely 1, get it out there, get real people using it. Fortunately, I am the first user, so I'm building for myself, which is amazing. And then move forward with the things that matter most to the users who have signed up. So anyway, that's the plan. That's my startup plan, and we're having a lot of fun. That's the coolest part about this all, is I actually enjoy it. It doesn't really feel like work. But also a little bit about why I actually built Sub and why I wanted to. Another reason is when I was looking for a solution for myself, Discord actually, funnily enough, offers this service. You can create a paid Discord server right inside Discord, which is really cool, except for the fact that any of your users that purchase a subscription on an iPhone are gonna pay 30% to Apple from the Apple tax, then Discord's gonna take 10%, then they're also gonna have the Stripe transaction fees. As a creator, you're getting absolutely screwed. Same deal for some of these other services as well that I found, is there's like zero customization for the theming, for the landing page, for like having multiple connections, like seriously useless. And so I was just like, man, I could build such a better solution to this, charge only like a tiny percentage for the platform fee, so the creators are winning. They're actually designing it how their like brand and theme looks. They're able to customize it to the world's end. They can add their platform, starting with Discord at this stage, and they can have a link up and running with 0 credit card down or any sort of BS that comes along with some of these other platforms that require you to put a credit card up first. And you can just share the link on YouTube or Instagram or wherever your audience are. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I think it's a freaking sick idea. And you know what? Even if I'm the only one in the end that uses it, well, I'm gonna keep using it because it's building for myself, it's solving my own problem. I think it's one of the coolest things you can do as like a solo dev, is just solve your own problems. And funnily enough, you find all these weird problems that other people seem to be having too. Rant for the day. Now, last thing I want to say before I let you guys go, and this is especially to all the devs who are out here learning to become a dev and just like training up, do not get caught up on how fast you can fix a bug or how fast you can figure something out. Just like a muscle that you work out in the gym, you're going to get faster naturally. I'm talking to people all the time and I'm getting emails and I'm getting DMs of people going, dude, like, how do you figure this out? I'm stuck on this thing. I've been stuck on it for like 2 weeks. It's like, okay, there's actually a very easy step process you can do here. Sometimes you just actually need to leave and go away and do something else, and naturally the solution comes to you. Number 2, I remember some problems that I would be stuck on for literally weeks when I was first starting to code, things that just absolutely don't happen anymore, literally at all. And it's just because it's a muscle that's been developed. You figure out patterns of how things work, and certain bugs look like other certain bugs, and certain features that you're building are gonna work like certain other features that you've built in the past. You start developing this like eye for things that you're doing all day, every day in your code. And this is why, like, I always emphasize, if you're really serious about doing this, you gotta do it every day. You gotta like practice it every day. That's like working out. If you stop working out for like a few weeks or a month, you're gonna feel it. So anyway, keep it up, keep the practice up, and just like work that dev muscle. That's all you gotta do. All right, I'm gonna sign off here. We're gonna start again tomorrow or maybe the next day with more development in the office. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.